Matrix. Insecure men speak like that, okay? They want people who are insecure to allow terrible things to happen because they say, well, you can hang out with me. You can hang out. All you have to do is just not talk about the Epstein files, and you might get invited to Mar-a-Lago. Don't you want to be invited to Mar-a-Lago? Don't you want to go to Mar-a-Lago? Then why don't you look away when we talk about children being abused? It's so weird. Like, don't you want to have like really all of the invites to Mar-a-Lago, and you can hang out, you can get dressed up and hang out with cool people in Hollywood if you just look the other way when children are being abused? This is that mentality, okay? It's disgusting, it's gross, but more importantly, it is insecure.
She's talking about Adam Sosnick. I did cover the clip where Adam Sosnick was like, she doesn't have famous friends. She doesn't have famous friends. And I remember thinking, like, what kind of argument is this? Like, do you not like have anything? Like, I'm not even gonna do the whole like he must not have kids. I don't have children, and I still know that having famous friends is not the most substantive thing that you must have in life, right? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to this channel. I am still, covering the Candace Owens hate. It is off the charts. It is. I wake up in the morning. By the time I get to Twitter. Oh my God, the first 10 freaking comments are about Candace Owens and how she's evil. She's so evil. And it's like, man, in some parallel universe, I have gone, because I know, y'all probably like, she says this all the time. You have to understand, like, I never expected to be the person to be like, nah, I got to defend Candace Owens. But I don't like mob rule. I think it's crazy. They're calling her evil. They're calling her evil. They don't even call Tyler Robinson evil. So we look at a little bit of that. Andrew Colbert is out here sharing Bible verses about people lying. And Candace says that there's more to come today. So we'll look at these clips and we'll go from there, guys. Thank you to everybody who's watching. Please don't forget the like and subscribe button and a notification bell. And again, thank you to everybody who is watching.
So I want to remind you guys that your real friends do not need to be famous, okay? My best friends are not famous, and you should be close with your family. You should have real value in your life. Part of the Matrix requires you to have this sort of instinct to think celebrities are cool and that they glitter and they're golden. The majority of them are pretty effed up and drunk. That's the reality. No, and by the way, on the subject of the kind of people that he's referring to, it was notoriously Eric Bolling that sat across from Adam when they attacked me over Charlie Kirk and lied and said that I hadn't been friends with Charlie Kirk since 2017. After that episode, Eric Bolling sent me an email and apologized and said it was Adam's fault. And he didn't even know Adam's name. I think he called him Sam in the email. I should actually pull it and I'll post it on Instagram. Didn't even know, threw Adam and PBD's entire team under the bus in 3 seconds and said, I just want to apologize with you, Candace, because that's how politics work. They all stab each other in the back, and they all do it because they think they're on the pursuit of like fame and riches. We are not going to save the West in general from the absolute sexual deviants that run it, the liars and the crooks that run the West, if we have the attitude that we need to be well-liked by famous people who are all drunk. Truly, they're all just a bunch of drunks hanging out in D.C. That's the reality.
I mean, she really does have a point. In fact, and shout out to Evan Kilgore, guys, if you're not following him on YouTube, Twitter, please follow him. The clips, they help me a lot. I asked him if he, if he has subscriptions. I don't know why he doesn't put them on. I would definitely subscribe to him. I use his clips all the time. I mean, if not for him, I don't know what. The FBI has not responded back to Candace about the French supposed to be assassinating her. And people are saying like, oh, that's because it's all a lie. I don't think it's a lie. I think they just don't care. I mean, our FBI is ran by Kash Patel, like, who's out here running around with his girlfriend suing people. So please forgive me if I don't expect the FBI to. I mean, look at this Charlie Kirk investigation. So who's shocked that the FBI isn't, taking anything that an American is saying with full, with full vigor, okay? Then please.
Now, in terms of formal replies that we received from government structures, the only department that we did hear back, well, first let me say I did not at all hear back from the FBI on the American side. I did hear back from the counterterrorism unit. I did hear back from the White House confirming that that message had been delivered on Trump's desk, me saying that I had the information. I guess he didn't want to inquire further, which is interesting. But the FBI left me on red. And I will say I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that. But I did send a text message to somebody very high up who received the text message. No response. Now, I thought that the claim of the French Foreign Legion, now in terms...
Yeah, I'm not shocked at all. Like, I'm not shocked. And here's why I say I'm not shocked too. That doesn't prove, because somebody be like, oh, it's because she's lying. That doesn't prove that she's lying, because our FBI, again, look at what they're doing with Charlie Kirk. And I'm like, child, please. You think that situation with the National Guard that happened, right? Do you think it really went down the way they said it went down? Because Cash Patel was real quick. They were armed. I do not. How? How was okay, I'm not doing this today. I'm not. Before I get my channel taken, stop it, right? This must be the email she's talking about with Eric Boiling, who was sitting on PBD and trying to talk trash about Candace Owens. And, then he came back and apologized. Hey, man, tell Candace I meant no harm to her. It was that Alex guy who kept at it. He tried to corner me, and he found out. If she wants to talk, I'll call her. If not, no worries. I've lost too many people in my life to get too emotional about these things. I've always respected CO. That moment blown out of proportion. Yeah, so there's that. Now, if I put up her name here, because even Tim Pool was, he tweeted something about, like, they can't get over that. They can't get over that number one podcast thing. They really can't. Now, Candace is dropping some tweets, Bible messages to TPUSA. No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. This is the quartering, playing that stupid girl, Natalie something. I don't know her name. She blocked me on Twitter because she knows that she has no talent and all she does is talk about Candace all day. The quartering says, by the way, how Candace was fearing for her life and had to shut down the show. Well, she couldn't have been that scared. She was taking fan selfies at Dollywood this weekend when she was in hiding. She never said she was in hiding. She said that she was gone for the week for Thanksgiving. She wasn't the only person who did that. Like, y'all are doing the same thing. Somebody named Peter B says that why Charlie Kirk's death hasn't united us as it should have against the one radical left enemy, one person. It's Candace Owens. You see why I have to come up and be like, yo, like, I gotta talk about this, because like we cannot keep on doing it. Like, and she's saying she received information. I put the final pieces together, and that turning point basically, some of the very people on stage who eulogized him basically betrayed Charlie Kirk, and I can't wait to see it. I can't. So we're gonna be watching that. I'm pretty sure. Where is the what's his name? Tim Pool tweet. Because he can't get enough of Candace Owens. Tim Pool's like, he might as well ask Candace Owens for a job the way he... I found another one. Candace Owens' drama is probably the most demoralizing ish ever. It's true crime soap opera drama that isn't helping anyone. It's not advancing policy goals. It's just shock jock content retardation. People do not understand how much it makes them look like a real hater when they talk like this about her. Like, it's just... I mean, listen to what he even says about Tucker Carlson. Wait a minute. So we'll end with this clip. I didn't know I was finding all this stuff.
And I'm wondering what Turning Point is doing. I don't hold Turning Point, responsible for what Candace is doing. But I'm just like looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, okay, let me put it like this for all you guys. I don't care if Candace is right or wrong, or Turning Point and anybody else in the drama is right or wrong. That's fine. People are allowed to do whatever they want. They're allowed to talk about whatever they want. The issue is that...
Does everybody wear eyeliner and mascara? Am I seeing that right?
At the end of August, where were we as a country? We were here doing our shows, talking news and politics, of course, and preparing for the end of the year special. as we often do. There was a plan, there was a path, and for me, both personally and professionally, things were looking up. The show and everything here, we're growing, we're bringing on good people, we're expanding. We've got, coffee sales are going up and memberships and board sales and organization. Skate night events we've been doing have been massively successful, so business is good. And politically, we're riding a wave, baby. Trump won. Let's keep going. Don't get me wrong, there were terror attacks throughout the year, but Trump was on track. I texted Charlie Kirk, and I asked him, just following up on the plan for the end of the year, because Timcast IRL does Turning Points Amfest the past 3 years. It's an amazing experience, and it's an honor and a privilege to be there. Out. And Charlie texted me back, look at me, revealing our texts, saying, let me circle back to the team and get you the details. We'll get it going. Because I said, hey, let's get it set up so we can, set everything up in advance. I've got some other PR opportunities and stuff in the area. And a week after that, they killed him.
He's put me to sleep.
And so I'll tell you what I'm saying, what I'm feeling. That moment before Charlie was murdered, there was a path that we were on that was promising. Now, 2 months later, the narrative has turned into conspiracy drama about Charlie Kirk. If Turning Point was involved in it, references to Jewish donors pulling out and how Erica knew everything. And that's the narrative the #1 podcast has given us. Candace can talk about whatever she wants. Same thing with Tucker Carlson. I will defend. No one has an obligation to hold my views or do what I want them to do.
But you're going to cry because you don't have the #1 podcast. And this is what a lot of this is about too. Look, you are on a clear path to the gaslighting you've been doing your audience. You met with Netanyahu. I will never stop saying that. I'm sure business is still doing good. Tim, stop crying. Like, praise the Lord. Like, you're not like other people out here having to go to work and then try to make this content and everything else. And nobody's even complaining about that. God is good, right? But just stop, please. Like, stop crying all the time and blaming your problems on Candace Owens. And then we have Andrew Cope. Matter of fact, let me just try to find this thing. It's easier if I do it this way. Oh boy, there's just so much going on. Hold on, somebody's trying to call me a fake Candace Owens. It's just like a lot. Now see, just because I was looking for, because I've been commenting on a bunch of stuff. Hold on. Sorry guys, I'm not gonna take this out. Please stick with me because I just want to show you Andrew Covet. Yeah, I had to tell Andrew. And just lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his delight. Proverbs 12:22 ESV. Why didn't you use KJV? I said, Andrew, stop this at once. You are not going to lecture anybody about lies. Okay? Like, please, okay? You are a joke. This guy is shade. Stop pretending to be an Adventist. You give them a bad name. Me. Oh, sick burn, bro. You got me there. What am I going to do now? Lol, F off B. Yeah, sometimes I'm not, I don't pretend to be righteous, okay, guys? I don't. So, sometimes I fail, sometimes I get angry, and sometimes I just want to have a little fun and troll. And I think that's what I was just doing with Shane right there. Anyway, so these are the people that we're supposed to learn from about lying lips, and Candace is so evil. Everybody's calling her evil.